right, we'll get started. Good afternoon. We are the Engineering Student Success Center. Thank you for attending this session for our incoming transfer students. Before we jump into the agenda and have introductions, I want to let you know that we will be relying on the Q&A feature. This is a webinar, not a Zoom meeting. We are all muted. You are all muted, and we cannot see you. We have the Q&A feature that you can use to ask us questions. You should see the Q&A button on the bottom of the webinar window. We plan on going through our presentation first, and then we will have lots of time to answer your questions live. This webinar is being recorded and will be available later this week at www.sjsu.edu/admitted-Spartan-Day. Now for our agenda, let's jump in. We will introduce ourselves here in a minute, but today we will share a video that we made which gives an overview of who we are and the services that we provide in the ESSC. Advising at SJSU is a partnership across departments and advisors. We will share with you the different advising offices and services across campus that will be a part of your success team. We will share with you the advising tools that are available for students to stay on track as they progress to graduation. We will take some time to look ahead to orientation and what you can expect as far as advising, how the ESSC and major advisors will support you, and some helpful tips and information. The remainder of our time will be spent answering your questions live, so please jot down those questions and have them ready. So we are the Engineering Student Success Center. You can see this is our full team in the photo. Our team is a dedicated group of faculty advisors, professional advisors, and peer advisors who are ready to help all engineering students achieve success. My name is Sarah Gordon. I am the director of the Engineering Student Success Center. I've been at SJSU for almost 4 years and almost 10 years with the CSU system. We have some members of the team here today to present. Smita, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Smita Dora, and I'm one of the ESSC faculty advisors. I also teach the Intro to Engineering classes for freshmen and also upper division classes. So welcome, and we are excited to have you here today.
Hi everyone, my name is Shelby Taylor. I'm the Graduation Retention Specialist for the Engineering Student Success Center, and I'm one of the full-time professional advisors on our team.
Hi everyone, my name is Jesus Santos. I am one of the ESSC academic advisors, and welcome to our presentation.
Hi, welcome everyone. My name is Liliana Alonso. I'm a grad intern to be a future professional advisor.
Awesome, thanks guys. We have a video prepared to share that gives an overview of the ESSC services. Please enjoy.
Welcome everyone to the Engineering Student Success Center at San Jose State. Today I'm going to explain to you all the services that is provided by this wonderful center. Here at the Engineering Student Success Center, our team of dedicated faculty, peer, and full-time advisors, they have one goal in mind, which is your success. And this is what we are doing the best. So let me explain to you a few of the things that we are doing here. We are trying to help all our engineering students to achieve success as the main goal. The mission is to empower our students from application to graduation by supporting their academic and personal growth and engaging them as a lifetime members of the San Jose State University learning community. The team provides programming and advising support and guidance, as well as personal and professional development guidance to everybody in this college. When I'm talking about the students, that's what we mean by the success. How would we do that? We can look at that one very clearly at the how it is the mission statement of the Success Center. We empower the students from the application to graduation. We support, the center provide programs and advising that to support the students' smooth transition into college, their transformation into active learners and owners of their academic careers. So our mission is actually explaining exactly what we are doing there and what exactly kind of services we can provide you in this case. Now let's go deep into what we are doing at the center in more details. Starting from the very beginning, our team helps the student navigate the orientation process. And if you look at the slide, you can see that there are really milestones that you will find yourself dealing with when you are a student at the College of Engineering, from orientation, the guided pathways, the year-round support, and the graduation and beyond. All of these things will be part of the services we are providing. So we help you navigate the orientation process, enroll in the correct classes, clarify majors and general education requirements. When the student take courses like Introduction to Engineering, you receive or they receive a guided pathway advising to plan the road towards graduation. So you're going to sit with an advisor, and this advisor will go through your semester by semester plan to make sure that you graduated within the time that you have in mind. At the same time, giving you advice about the classes that you should consider in your plan. We offer the year-round graduate and undergraduate resources, advising and on college and university policies, campus, academic resources, general support to help students process to graduation. As students progress through their major, we also offer graduation advising and assistance with post college transition, whether a student would like to go to the next level of their study and go to graduate studies, or they would like to start their professional life and their career in Silicon Valley and beyond. So that is one of the things that you keep in mind when we talk about the engineering student success. Now we have a wonderful team, and this team, you can see their pictures on the screen here. They're dedicated, they know what they're talking about. Where it is, the leadership of the center is really an excellent leadership. The teamwork among the members of the center is actually an example that followed by so many of the other units of the college. So you will go there, you have an answer, will have an answer to any of your questions. So our team of professional advisors, faculty advisors, career counselors, and peer advisor, all of them standing there to help you. All are committed to your success and make sure that you are successful. Some of our team members are actually faculty; they're teaching too, and some of them are students, so they know exactly what you're going through. And the rest of the teams they're very dedicated, knowledgeable about their field, which is coming to counseling or coming to advice. All these things are part of the team. So technically speaking, you are really actually in good hands. If we look at the process of navigating the college and becoming the engineer you're looking for, you're going to see that it's actually overwhelming. Our team of the Engineering Student Success Center offers you advising and support over a lot of topics, and many of those challenging areas that you see them, you need some information about them before you can make your decision. So we advise our student in person, we advise them online with any questions, whether it is through the video conferencing or the emails, or you can come to the center, and we'll be more than happy to help you. And this is will cover so many things like finance, study habits, course recommendations. All of these things will be covered to campus involvement, career aspirations. You have a question about your future, you need some help, academic planning, personal challenges or difficulties. During advising sessions, we work with the student to help them strategize, and this is very important to know about strategizing with general education classes to take and how to prepare for the major courses, which one will help you to be ready for your major courses, and how can you build on whatever you have to get to the next level. Which major specific courses are required, and which upper division classes to take in order to ensure the student's success and growth. Those are some of the topics that you're going to find some of the answer for your question about them. We work directly with the engineering department. We cooperate with them. We work with them directly, so we can ensure that our students have success to the most accurate, and have access to the most accurate information about policies and course recommendation. So we work with the faculties from the department to get that information, and that's very helpful because that's going to make sure that the students are getting the information and it's really an accurate information. If our student find their original goal or original major is actually not online with their aspiration, now we talk about change of major. So we help the student change of major, and between the engineering department, or we advise the student through the whole change of major process. There are workshops that run by the center that will help you and answer most of your questions, helping the students stay on track and maintain their efficient timeline of graduation. There are a lot. There is a plethora of university and college level resources available for you. San Jose State is famous for that. Our advisor work with the learning communities on and off campus to match you with the support that you need, whether that be tutoring, developing your study skills, finding an internship, career development, introducing you to one or more of the 30 plus engineering student organizations, which is we encourage our students to consider them. That's going to help you get involved and broaden your horizon, open the door for you to meet other students with the same interest. At the Success Center, we pride ourselves on one-stop shop. We are the heart of the College of Engineering. If you have a question, you come to us. We'll be more than happy to help you. If you don't have the answer, we'll direct you to the place where you can find the answer. And that is important. So we work with other units across the campus to give the student referrals to where they can find the answers. And information is power, and we have this information and we give it to you so you can get the right answers and you can proceed with your academic success. In the case of international graduate students, they are interested in pursuing their internship through the CPT, or they would like to find a job opportunity using OPT. They can inquire about this one at the center. We work with the International Student Office closely and on behalf of a certain department to support the student petition. The San Jose State University engineering students have a unique opportunity. The reason for this one, if you look at this map, we're actually in the middle of a sea of well-known, famous companies. You name it, you see them on the web, you see people talking about them. We have those companies within 30 minutes from where are located. Big names are here, so you have this unique opportunity to engage with local and global communities. We take it to the heart that we say that San Jose State is powering Silicon Valley. So many of the students are working at famous companies. Name a company and you're going to find some of the students from San Jose State is actually working at this company at multiple levels. Tech companies and engineering firms are really eager to hire our students with internship or actually with the full-time jobs. Our advising team is here to uh, support you as we match the major and technical electives and general education courses, personal and professional inspiration with local and global careers. Being in this location is actually a big advantage because you're actually at ground zero of of the revolution of technology. Whatever happened in the tech world, you're going to find it here in the Silicon Valley. Thank you for taking the time listening to this presentation. Remember, we are here to help you. Please feel free to to contact us if you have any questions. We have our email on the screen, engineering-success@sjsu.edu, and we'll be more than happy and eager to answer your questions. Please connect with us on Facebook. We have a wonderful page, and we post a lot of updated information about our activities with Facebook, and it's help you to keep you updated about what's going on with the center, what's going on with the College of Engineering, what's going on with the university, and what's going on with the tech world and the Silicon Valley in general. Thank you so much, and we wish you all success. And remember, we are here to help. If you have any questions, just let us know. Thank you.
Awesome. So the voice in that video was actually our very own Ahmed Benafa. He's one of our faculty advisors. He's also a lab instructor for our Intro to Engineering, and he teaches some other classes in our college. So you might see him in the classroom. Now we have Smita, who's going to share what programs we offer in the College of Engineering.
Software engineering are grouped in the computer engineering, computer engineering department, and chemical and material engineering are in one department. So we have a lot of different departments, and the engineering student success center sort of helps us, all the students in all these departments. For the advising structure of San Jose State, the university provides campus-wide advising support as well. The advising and academic retention services has a more general role in advising, but they also advise the students that do not have declared major and pre-nursing students. So they do a lot of outside stuff that, that generally advises all the students in the university. We also have individual colleges also have their own success centers, and all of these centers also help students enroll in that specific major. Now in the engineering department, engineering college, we have the Engineering Student Success Center, which has a full-time staff, and then we also have full-time advisors, and then we also have graduate student advising interns, and then faculty guided pathways advisors, graduate success advisors, peer leaders and advisors, and as well as liaisons to the academic advising and academic retention services and the career center. So you may have heard from Dr. Benafa's talk that we talked about the guided pathways advisors. So all of these advisors, all of us help the students starting from the very beginning to all the way to their matriculation. We also have all our student advisors that are great. We have peer leaders, and they all play an essential role in interacting and helping students. And then finally, we have our major advisors who are faculty in the different departments that are mentioned earlier, and they advise students on a regular basis every semester until graduation. And they focus on individual students' progress as it relates to the coursework that is specific to the students' major-related courses and career interests. Now, if you look at our program study at a glance, so we have, So this is sort of the typical coursework that an engineering student takes as an undergraduate. The bottom row that is colored in yellow is usually referred to as the general engineering education or general education requirement that all San Jose State University has to take. A frequent question we get asked by our newly admitted students or their parents are, how realistic is it to graduate in 4 years? It's not only realistic, but highly encouraged. It really depends on how well prepared you are for college-related classes. For example, if a student needs to take a pre-calc classes, say pink column on the left, so Math 19, for example, it may put them a semester behind since math is a driver for many other courses the student needs to take in engineering. However, many students will take summer courses to get back on their 4-year track. The guided pathways advising begins the freshman year as part of Introduction to Engineering. And the guided pathways advisors in the Engineering Student Success Centers are all instructors teaching lectures and or labs in Introduction to Engineering, a class that all engineering majors must take. So the pathways advisors work with students in creating what is the most efficient path to graduation. And then efficient, so we want to make sure they're not taking classes that are not necessary and staying on track so they can graduate in their own timeline. So we do have a lot of tools that are available, and I will pass it on to Shelby Taylor, who is one of our full-time advisors, professional advisors, and she will take it from there.
Thank you so much, Smita. So in order for students to graduate in their desired time frame, we have a host of online tools that are available to both the students as well as their advisors. My roadmap lists all the required classes that you need to complete for your degree. My progress lets you chart your progress towards that goal. My planner lets you plan out your classes all the way to your graduation. Next slide. Looking ahead. The next step towards this is to select your orientation date. Since the correct math placement is crucial for your graduation timeline. Oh, this is the wrong, okay. So if you have any AP or IB credit, you can go ahead and check info.sjsu.edu. This is an updated website that the SJSU has, and basically allows you to check information about any form of transfer credit, including AP and IB credits. If you are curious about the credits that you receive from community colleges here in California, you can also check assist.org as well as info.sjsu.edu. If you have transfer credit that is not already articulated in the CSU system, the admissions will evaluate your GE courses. And if you have any courses that are, usually this means international credit or credit from community colleges outside the state of California, you can consult with your major advisor for course equivalency or substitution. If you have any questions about your transfer credit, you can email eval@sjsu.edu or make an appointment with one of us today. Okay. So what's next? Next, you need to select your orientation session. So you'll be able to complete your next steps by selecting your orientation session, attending the college welcome and overview. And then you'll be able to meet with your advisors, major advisors during your orientation and select your courses and check your schedule with your major advisors during orientation. And also the ESSC advisors will be here to help as well. During your orientation, we can help you check for your GEs, we can help you with course equivalencies, and we can help you with just general advice as you navigate orientation and attending SJSU. All right, so we'd like to open the floor for Q&A. Feel free to submit your questions to the Q&A feature, and we'll be happy to answer them live here. So yeah, let's get started. All right. So I see a couple questions here about change of major. So one question I see is, I got accepted into civil engineering for fall 2020 as a transfer student. would I still be able to change my major into software engineering? Change of major is possible in the College of Engineering. Generally speaking, for transfer students who are upper division students, we encourage you to go directly to the department that you're interested in changing into. So if you're interested in changing into software engineering, we encourage you to go talk with their major advisor and develop a plan and see if it's feasible for you to switch over to that major. They'll help you kind of go through your courses that you've already taken and suggest courses that you need to still take in order to make a successful transfer. There is no guarantee of change of major in the College of Engineering, but if you work with a new department, that's going to be your best bet. Similarly, I see another student here has questions about switching to the ME program. Generally speaking, what GPA is SJSU looking for at when finish my first semester, or sorry, let me try this again. What GPA is SJSU going to look at when my first semester or change of major, SJSU GPA or your community college GPA? So for change of major, generally speaking, the new departments will look at both your SJSU GPA and your overall cumulative GPA. So for changing your major as a transfer student, they usually want to see you complete at least one semester of classes to see an idea of what your SJSU GPA is, and then they usually proceed from there.
So here's a question from Gavino. I am an electrical engineering major transferring from Pasadena City College. What type of projects EE students are involved and what internships are being offered? So for most of these questions, the best projects that this will be a good question to ask during orientation to one of your major advisors or major advisors in your department. It is a good idea to maybe contact the department directly. What we know of, there are a lot of projects that the EE students are involved in, and then, but if you want specifics, you do have to go into either their website or contact one of the major advisors for that.
I have a good question here. It's about the enrollment dates for transfer students, specifically from Dung Tran. So our transfer students usually register, we actually don't know the date yet, but last year they registered in June, so they all get one date. So, you know, go ahead and finish your next steps and choose your orientation session, and then just keep an eye out in your email. You'll receive more information after that May 1st deadline for when that date will be. And you'll also be receiving some communication from your department as far as advising. We have another question. As a transfer student, when would it be possible to speak with an advisor? You are welcome to contact your major advisor directly. But again, you will have the opportunity to meet them throughout the summer for orientation. But we have all of the major advisors listed on the ESSC website, so you are free to email them for questions.
And I have another question. Will orientation be in person or will it be online? This summer, all our orientations will be online. And then is another question piggybacking on that. I've already selected my orientation date back in March. Because of the COVID-19, are we all also attending the orientation remotely? At this moment, that is true. We are going to have online orientation.
I have another question here. How often are upper division courses offered? Are the courses that are only available one semester a year that are required for upper division, or are all required upper division courses offered every semester? If a required class only happens once a year and I cannot get into the class due to it being full, do I have to wait a whole year for this to be offered again? There are some courses in some of the majors that are offered once a year. Generally speaking, as long as students are able to get their major advising holds removed in a timely manner, it's usually not too difficult to get into those classes. And sometimes if the instructors see that their sessions are filling up, sometimes they can offer more sessions during that semester. So generally speaking, as long as you're able to get your major advising hold removed on time and enroll in your classes in a timely manner, it's usually not too much of a problem.
I have a question here that says, is it possible to talk to a current student to learn about their experiences? We do have peer advisors available that can help you answer questions that work directly with our office at the ESSC. To schedule an appointment with them, you can go, you can email success-engineering at sjsu.edu.
Yeah, and actually, if you visit our website, sjsu.edu/ESSC, we have a link to our virtual front desk, so you could also catch them there. All of our peer advisors run our front desk.
So this is a question again about orientation. In orientation, do you get to create your education plan and sign up for classes? Actually, for transfer orientation, you will be able to sign up for classes beginning in June, I think. But when you come in for orientation, you can actually talk to the major advisors to make sure you are signed up for the right classes, and also you can get them to help you make up your education plan. So the answer is yes. During orientation, you will get to create your education plan, and just check up that you have signed up for the right classes to keep you on that plan.
Yeah, and also to add, we have a required advising requirement every semester for our students. So you will meet with an advisor in your department or in your major every semester to make sure you're taking the correct classes and that you're on track for graduation.
So one more good question regarding the incoming semester. If the fall semester is online, will we still be able to take lab courses, or will that be delayed under further notice? So at this point, we are planning to have everything, on schedule, including lab courses. We don't know what the format is going to be, but I don't think that will be delayed. So you should be able to take all the classes that you need to graduate in a timely manner.
We have another question about the enrollment dates. We actually do not know when the enrollment date is yet for new transfer students. But again, just make sure you check your email after May 1st. There should be more information coming out.
I have another question here. As a transfer student, when will it be possible to make an appointment in regards to create an education plan? We'll be helping you make education plans during orientation. So your major advisors will be there to help you, as well as the ESSC advisors. And then once completed completed orientation, you should be able to make an appointment with an ESSC advisor through our appointment making software called Spartan Connect. And more information will be provided to you at orientation. I think I have a follow-up question from earlier. Can I take ME courses in the fall? I got it into the AE program. So that depends on the courses that you're intending to take. There are some courses that overlap between the majors. And if that is the case, if it's a course that you can take for either major, you shouldn't have a problem enrolling in the course. Some of these courses are major specific. And if that is the case, it'll be dependent upon the amount of space in that class. And you can talk with the instructor for that particular class if you have trouble getting into it. And depending on the circumstances, there may be space for you to take the course in the other major.
I have a question from Andrew. Since classes will probably be online in the fall, which classes are best suited for that? This point, I think you should plan to take whatever class you need in order to graduate in time. And then because all the classes, we are planning to host regular classes in the fall.
All right. Do we have to take Engineering 100W, or can we be placed out of it successfully passing the WST? All engineering major students must take the Engineering 100W and pass it. It is a requirement. There is no testing out option for the College of Engineering.
Evan, the question is a good one for many of our students who are really hands-on. Can we use the labs for personal projects like 3D printing or building something? We cannot use the labs for personal projects, but we do have a common sharing space for the maker space right here in our department. And all you have to do is take a class that gives you training on how to use those, and then you are able to use everything that's in there. And it does include 3D printing. It also includes lathe machines, a lot of things. So many of my students have taken the training and really enjoy that. So definitely go ahead and take the training, and then you can use those for your personal projects. But the labs themselves are only accessible to when you are in the lab, enrolled in that class, or through the faculty.
All right. So another question, should we expect the fall semester to be online? If we are coming from out of town, should we look for housing now or expect to move in the spring semester? For the most part, the lectures will be online this semester for fall semester, but there will hopefully be some online in-person labs and similar arrangements on campus. So it kind of depends on what classes you are signing up for and if they have a lab component. If you have any specific questions, you can probably contact your major advisor or the department and see if there are classes that you would be recommended to take that have an in-person component for the fall. So they'd be able to help you out a little bit more specifically.
So I have another question regarding the WST. Yes, the question is, Chris asked, I did the WST online. How do I know I'm able to take the Engineering 100W? So you need a grade of, so if you look on your SJSU student webpage, it will tell you whether you passed the class or not. So it depends on your score. So if you scored higher than 7 and up, then you can take 100W. So that's how you'll know that your score is posted online. So if you score 7 and up, then you are able to take the 100W.
I have a question here that says, hi, can you please give me some suggestions about internship? So for suggestions on internships, you can work with our Career Center. And we also have a special liaison that works with us at the ESSC that can help you with specific questions that you may have. Also, you can check in with your major advisor, and they can also help you out in terms of knowledge of internship opportunities.
And piggybacking on that, a lot of the internships also come through many of our various clubs. So joining a club is very important. So join clubs, talk to the students who are already here who have had internships, and they can also, so talking to peers, joining clubs, and talking to everything else that Jesus said are all great places to find internships. Thank you, Jesus.
We have a follow-up question on the makerspace from Joseph. Yes, so you can visit the makerspace. He asked, does the makerspace list the equipment they have? The answer is yes. If you look at their website, it's sjsu.edu/epics, EPICS/makerspace. It lists all the equipment that the lab has, current projects that are in the lab, any past projects that have been worked on, and some information on safety and certification.
I have another question about the WST. If I've already taken English 1A and 1B, do I still have to take the WST? Yes, you do have to take the WST. This next semester is a little strange. We are waiving the WST for fall 2020. If you do not take Engineering 100W next semester, we're not entirely sure if you'll need to take the WST after, but if you have not taken the WST and you intend to enroll in Engineering 100W this semester, you do not have to take the WST.
There's a directed self-placement that we ask all students to complete before they sign up for 100W. So it should be on the WST website, but it's just, again, self-directed. It asks you to answer a few questions. I think they have you upload a research paper, and then it helps you kind of decide if you're ready for 100W or if there's an alternative course you should take in preparation.
I have a question from Marty. Hi, I'm transferring from De Anza and I'm taking Math 2A, which is equivalent to Math 133A. Do I need this math course to transfer, or I can take it in SJSU? So if you're currently taking it, you should just transfer it. So if you're already taking it, then you should apply for transfer and transfer the class, because in most of the engineering majors do require this class.
All right, and for another question we have, what are we tested on for Engineering 100W? So Engineering 100W is a writing intensive course. It's an upper division course. It's basically helping engineers prepare for the writing skills they'll need for their careers. So generally speaking, the way that it is structured is you are grouped based on your major, and your instructor kind of helps you develop different writing projects and writing reports to help you become better at technical writing specific to your field. So it's not necessarily a test, it's more of a class that you complete projects and writing assignments for.
We have another question about classes being offered online for fall 2020. We're still waiting for some directives from the health professionals and from the government, but as of now, we are planning different scenarios, but as of now, it looks like lectures will be online. We're hoping to be able to offer some labs and activities in person. But again, we're still waiting for direction from the health officials.
This is a question for, I'm a transfer student to ISC. What programming language should I practice this summer? So for that kind of question, I would say please contact the department, because I do not know. So you please contact the department, and yes, go ahead.
Oh, I believe it's C++. Is that right, Sarah? It's the equivalent of Compy 30.
Yes.
So C++, they should, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you should.
But usually any programming class ISC will accept.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they just want to prepare for it, if I'm understanding the question correctly. So what programming language should I practice this summer?
Yeah, so, I believe it's C++.
Yeah, C++. Yeah, but like as Sarah said, maybe any programming language would help you, right? If you know the basics of programming. Thank you, Sarah and Shelby.
Let's see, I can take this one. So Chris asked, I am taking dynamics right now. Assist.org does not show my CC has an equivalent course, but I have looked at SJSU dynamics course and it's the same material. Can I waive that course? So no courses can be waived, but it is possible to get credit for the class. So we would just encourage you to talk to your major advisor. You can email them or when you speak to them at orientation and see if that is an acceptable substitution or equivalency that they'd be willing to make.
All right. I have another question here. I have taken some upper division ME major classes at UC Berkeley. Will I be able to get credit for these? It depends. If there is already an articulation agreement in place, then you can get credit for those courses fairly easily. If there's no current articulation agreement for those courses, you can do what's called a transfer equivalency. And that is when you basically you fill out a petition, submit the information on the course, like the syllabus, and we will help facilitate it to the proper class here. And if the instructor signs off on it and says it's equivalent, then you can get credit for the course. We have a little bit more detailed information about that process on our website. So if you look up on the ESSC's website under transfer equivalencies, you'll find a little bit more detailed information there. And you can also email us and we'd be happy to help you out with a little bit more specifics.
So there's a question regarding CE clubs, civil engineering clubs, and would there be any this fall? The clubs are run by students, so I cannot answer that, but when you come for orientation, that is definitely a question you should ask the students that are going to be there. For information on all the clubs, if you go to our engineering website, engineering.sjsu.edu, and go to current students, all the clubs are listed there, and also as well as contact information. So you can definitely go ahead and check that website out.
I see a question here that says, do transfers get priority enrollment over undergrad? Enrollment occurs depending on the amount of units and credits that you have and that you're bringing over. So it depends on those amount of units, and it also depends on accommodations that you may have available for you.
Right. I have a question here. I am a transfer student and my major is aviation. I am currently provisionally admitted to SJSU and had already received my transfer credit evaluation. How do I reach out to my advisor to discuss my degree plan? You'll be sitting down and speaking with your major advisor during orientation. So it's an excellent opportunity to bring your transfer credit to your major advisor. If you have any specific questions ahead of time, you can contact your major advisor. You can either send an email to Fred Perez, or who's the department chair, or to myself, Shelby Taylor, and we'd be happy to help you out with that as well.
Any other questions? We have a few more minutes. Team, is there anything else you can think of that's good for transfer students to know?
So they should have, I think this is going, if this is going to be on, our orientation is fully online, they should make sure that they have all their transcripts with them and possibly send it to us or submit it before as much as they can, right? So that we have access to it. So they can look up.
Most transfer credits should be posted to their accounts by the time whatever date they choose for the registration. But yeah, having all transcripts in good in case there's a final that hasn't been posted yet.
There is a question. If you think of other questions, can we email engineeringsuccess@sjsu.edu? Yes, please email us your questions. And then finally, there's another question from Joseph. Some schools have pushed back intent to enroll date back. Does SJSU have plans to do the same? Sarah, you want to take that?
Sure. It's my understanding that the date is remaining the same, which is May 1st.
Something I wanted to add for transfer students is when you do begin your semester, just acknowledge that the drop dates will be different considering that you're coming from a community college, because I find it very common that students don't know that they have 2 weeks to determine whether or not they want to keep that course. And then after that, there's a whole other process you would need to petition and withdraw courses. So that definitely looks different from community college going into a four-year university.
Also, an advice that I have for transfer students is that there is a learning curve if you're coming from either community college or another institution. So be patient with yourself and with, you know, acclimating to the new environment and your classes, and don't be afraid to ask for help or tutoring or joining clubs and organizations that might be able to help you out and help you with those upper divisional classes as well as lower division.
Shelby, you want to take that question? There's a question for you.
Sure. So you can send me an email, make an appointment with me. I will say, if you're an upper division student, generally speaking, you're going to want to talk directly with the department that you're interested in changing your major to, because it's a little specific student by student basis with upper division change of major, but I'm happy to talk with you anyway. You can just email me. My email address is just shelby.taylor@sjcu.edu. And generally speaking, as far as 12 to 15 units for the first semester, like Jesus just mentioned, there is a bit of a learning curve when switching from community college to SJSU. 12 units is the minimum for full-time. 15 units is the average for the College of Engineering. So it kind of depends on your own personal comfort level. I wouldn't recommend anything more than 15 units for sure.
And Shelby just answered how many classes are required to be full-time. It depends on selective major. So like some electrical engineering classes are 4 units worth, so that can look like 3 classes. Others are, most of them are 3 units based, so that can be 4 classes in order to have 12 units in total.
So here's a question from Garrett. It's a very good question. I'm a transfer student. Since we might get access to signing up for classes before we make our education plan, is there somewhere we should look for what classes to take that first semester? Should we be worried about division classes, upper division classes filling? So very good question. So the first place to look is your roadmap. Some of the departments also have on their website what are the classes. So ideally, coming in as a transfer, you'll be taking on a 4-year plan, you'll be taking the classes that are listed for the 5th semester. So if you look in those classes, ideally, if you want to graduate in 2 years for transfers, you have to take those classes. So, but you can look into each of those classes and see if you already have the prereqs for those classes or not. If you do have the prereqs, then those are the classes you should register in. If not, then of course, then you have to register for the prereq that you need for those classes. Yes, so you look on so if you just type SJSU roadmap and just all the roadmaps for the different majors are listed on that website, and you can just go and look at your roadmap. And for upper division classes filling up, usually most of the time we do not have that issue, because upper division classes are only taken by students that are already in the major. And so the major have an idea how many students are going to take that class. So usually we don't have that issue, but if you're still missing prereqs, that's for freshman and sophomore classes are still missing. In that case, those may get filled up because, you know, there are other students who are taking those classes. But upper division classes usually do not fill up. So, but that is again another question that you can talk to your major advisor about.
And then Raphael asked, what is Engineering 100W? That's a great question. It is an upper division writing course. It's called Engineering Reports. So basically it's technical writing for engineers. And it does meet, we have an upper division writing requirement in the CSU for graduation, and taking that course and receiving a C or better will meet that requirement for graduation.
And thank you, Sarah. And I have a question from Gavino. Is Engineering 10 required for all engineering majors? Yes, Engineering 10 is required for all engineering majors.
But not aviation.
Not aviation, yes. Not the tech. Yes, sorry. That's right. Thank you, Sarah.
That's a good one. Smita, did you explain the difference between taking Engineering 10 at SJSU and the community college?
Yes. So Engineering 10, if you take it here, it gives you also an area E. But Engineering 10, if you have already taken it at a community college, will not satisfy that area E requirement. So if you already have it, so Engineering 10 basically satisfied both a major requirement as well as a general ed requirement. So so if you have taken Engineering 10 already at community college, it is going to transfer over and it is going to satisfy your major requirement, but it's not going to satisfy your area E requirement. So you'll have to take an area E class.
Awesome. So it looks like we are at the end of our time. So thank you everyone for attending. There are a lot of great questions today. If you do have any follow-up questions for us, please email us at success-engineering@sjsu.edu. Again, this presentation will be posted online later this week at sjsu.edu/admitted Spartan Day. You can also check out on the same website, the Admitted Spartan Day website, you can check out webinars all day tomorrow. Admissions counselors are offering webinars on the next steps and admissions process. So you can ask any other final questions you have there. And they can help you finalize your intent to enroll. Thank you again, and we hope to see you soon.